Hello, and welcome back to the 100 line, the Last Defense Academy. The last time, we discovered that we are immortal, that we are going to stay here for at least 100 days, and that our girl Kako is probably as crazy as her brother. Which, I guess, is to be expected, but I hoped she wasn't going to be like that. But, oh well, that's how it goes for games like this. You can't have sane people, you need to have all the crazy ones. And talking about crazy stuff, I discovered that apparently this game has 100 endings. And apparently it's not like, oh, you go around this corner and you get this ending and you get a black screen and you die and that's an ending. No. It's 100 ways the game can end and they are all valid, like they are their own separate ending. And that's insane. Like if it is how I think it is, because I didn't go too much into it because I don't want to get spoiled. That's crazy, man. Like I think the developers for this game went all in. Or at least it's making my hopes go all the way up for this game. And I'm also all in for it, so let's continue. Let's see where we are going. You've done enough for one day. I need you in tip-top condition for the next battle. Your room is up on the roof. Go get some sleep. That's an order. Okay. I think the stairs were around here. I cannot interact with any of these. Okay. On the roof. No ceiling. That alone was weird enough sight. The prefab hunts intended to serve as a room seemed almost normal in comparison. Each hut was adorned with a metal plate bearing the name of one of our group. Huh. No doubt about it. This is where we're meant to stay. Looks like your room is right in the middle, Mr. Sumino. Oh, okay, thanks. Why did you have to be crazy? There are a lot of rooms than there are people. There are a lot more rooms than there are people. I wonder what the others are for. For the rest of the gang that we are probably going to get later. I know there's more people. I saw it in the Steam image for the game. Oh, I didn't notice that. Think there's some reason behind it? They're probably just spares. Nothing worth getting worked up about. What's the meaning of this? This has to be a mistake. This is a travesty. An outrage. Oh no, he's going to be mad because he's not going to be with his sisters, or his sister, right? My dear sister and I have been assigned separate rooms. Someone trying to obstruct our pure, sweet sibling ties. I knew it. Oh man. You must be just devastated as I am, sister dearest. You'll feel much better having your brother dearest by your side, wouldn't you? I think it's fine for us to be apart now and then. Sleeping in different rooms for a while isn't going to hurt. but well, at least she's not that much into the bit of the brother and sister thing. So that's fine, that's great. I really don't get these two at all. There are more rooms than there are people. I wonder what the others are for. Okay. Takamaru, Hiroko, Takumi. I don't remember all the names. I remember Kako. I don't remember the name of her brother. Ima. Okay. I need to start learning these names. I remember my boy Taki here. And that's pretty much it. I'm not very good with names. Nothing to do here right now. I said my room is in the middle. This is my room, huh? It's nicer than I thought it would be. There I go again, being positive for all the wrong reasons. Exhausted, I kicked off my shoes and climbed into the bed without further delay.
Hey!
Phew! I hate to admit it, but it was actually more comfy than my own bed back home. The moment I lie down, the day's activities seemed to catch up with me all at once. Being thrust into this unfamiliar world and confronted with so many harrowing truths had completely drained me. My average, mundane life had been ripped away from me, and I was at the mercy of forces beyond my control. I was like a tiny rowing boat, tossed around on a vast ocean. Every cell in my body was screaming for the rest. I was in no position to resist. The oblivion of sleep would be a blessing at this point. Within a few seconds, everything went black. And so ended my first day at Last Defense Academy. If I woke up tomorrow to find it had all been a dream, that would be fine with me. In fact, that was the best case scenario I could imagine. Maybe in the morning, everything would be back to normal. I would go downstairs to the living room, say goodbye to my dad as he leaves for work. Mom would be there, and Karua, of course, too. I wonder if Karua's going to be with us here. I didn't see her in the images. I doubt it though.
Open up, troops! Time to rise and shine!
Sirei has a martini just like Monokuma. Of course. Classy. Classic.
Get ready for your second day of active service here at Last Defense Academy! Well, it's your second day, but technically your first morning, so let's start it off on the right foot! I've prepared a fabulous breakfast banquet to give you plenty of energy and bloodlust for the day ahead! Everyone, make your way to the cafeteria, on the double!
Sir, yes, sir. Was that some kind of wake-up call? What a depressing way to start a day. I didn't like the sound of that. Give you a plenty of bloodlust stuff either. I hope he hasn't laced our food with something to make us more aggressive. I guess I should head to the cafeteria. I don't want any trouble. There it is again, a totally open, unobstructed sky. I still can't get used to it. Every time I look up, it's like a reminder of how bizarre this whole thing is. Seeing the sky gives me this weird, uneasy feeling, like I could get sucked up into it and keep falling forever. If I stay here for long enough, I will staring up into infinite space still like this start to feel normal. No, there is no way I can get used to something so natural. I would rather go back to my nice, safe life in the residential complex. Okay. The cafeteria. The World 1F cafeteria. Oh,
Yeah.
I know you must be excited about getting to live in an awesome school like this, but don't let your guard down. The invaders are still out there. The music is so good. Your soldiers are basically immortal though, so you've got nothing to fear from them.
Hey!
Right, immortal. What exactly do you mean by that though? I told you before, didn't I? It's all thanks to our friend, Hemoanima. No matter how serious your injuries are, it'll fix you up as new.
Oh.
Of course, you still have to deal with the pain of fatal injuries, so don't get too complacent.
Aha!
I don't want you getting sloppy out of on the battlefield. You gotta fight like your life depends on it every time. This is so crazy. I can barely believe all this is really happening. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, everybody. Dig right in and get yourself all filled up. Didn't you hear me? I said dig in. This is no time to worry about proper table manners. Dig into what? Half of us are stuck with dry bread again. Personally, I'm grateful we have anything to eat at all. We have had days in the TRC when we had to make do with much less than this. Brother dearest, please, I don't want to think about that. Let me guess, if we want anything more substantial, we have to agree to fight. In that case, I'll stick to the dry bread. Boring, plain, flavorless, dry bread. Suit yourselves. But there's one more thing I need from you. I'd planned to do this on the day you transfer in, but I had to push it back because of the enemy attack. What is it this time?
Aha!
I want you to take a tour of the Last Defense Academy campus. You're going to be living here, so you might as well get to know the place. There are a ton of rooms and facilities you haven't seen yet. Sounds like fun! You got any rooms where the door's locked behind you? And you have to solve obscure logic puzzles to get out? If there are, you can go in on your own.
Oh.
This is no ordinary school, you know. You are bound to find something to surprise you.
Hey!
So once you finish your breakfast, put on your walking boots and go explore for your new home. I feel like we're playing right into serious hands, but we should probably try to get a better idea of what kind of place this is. We might even turn up some clues about what the special something we're protecting is. No time like the present. Let's take a look around. Maybe I can snack on something in the fridge. Nah, no, now's not the time for that. Go outside. Okay. What do we have here? Strange room. Oh, there was someone outside. Oh no, of course. I had to enter the one room where there's the crazy psycho. Yo! What the? Oh, it's you, Darumi. What are you doing alone in the dark in here? Aren't the lights working? Looks like they're not, but it's cool. I actually prefer it this way. The real world is a little too bright for me. Hard, bright, and violent. Sometimes just getting through with it is a real drain. I don't know about that. For me, spending all day in this kind of darkness would probably be much worse. Okay. So there's a lot of fancy equipment in here. I wonder what it all does. Oh, I've seen those in movies and stuff. You climb inside the pot, fire it up, and your consciousness is transported into another world. This is from Zero Escape 3. like virtual reality. They are so advanced. You get to leave your old life behind and live in a world totally tailored to your whims. I wish I had one of those at home. That sounds a little too good to be true. Looks like this one's broken though. Just like me, I've tried every button and switch I could find, but it won't turn on.
Ah.
Is it okay for us to be touching stuff without really knowing what it does? Of course not! I just told you the damn thing is broken, didn't I? Whoa, why is she so angry all of a sudden? Unless I can get Sirei to fix this, escaping into a perfect fantasy world is going to be just a fantasy. Now she's crying. I can't keep up with what this girl's mood swings. More importantly, is this machine really broken? I can't tell myself. Guess I'll take the roomie's word for it. Okay. Ooh, fancy. We have one more room behind us. No, it's not behind us. What's this? These monitors are everywhere. This is the same strange machine. Hi, Shoma. Yes? Is something wrong? Oh, I'm in your way, aren't I? I'm sorry. I should know better than to take up valuable breathing space. It's fine, Shoma. You're not in the way. I just wanted to talk to you. I'm warning you. Talking to a feebly-minded you like me will only leave you worn out and frustrated. Not to mention how your reputation will suffer from being seen with me. Unpopularity as profound as mine might be contagious, you know. You're really better off ignoring me like everyone else. Don't think of me as a person, think of me as a pile of garbage that randomly makes noises every now and then. Oh my god. This person really probably has been bullied all his life. I kind of spaced out partway through what he was saying. I think it boiled down to, don't talk to me though. Huh. How do I get here? Oh, okay. Oh, I can move like this. Okay. Oh, Takumi, you came to check out this area too?
Huh?
Yeah. What is it? Some kind of entrance hall? Entrance and exit, of course. Even if we left the school from here, we will still have to contend with the wall of flames. You're welcome to leave the school building at your own discretion. But there's no real point in doing so. Where did you come from? As your commanding officer, it's my duty to offer guidance and support wherever and whenever you need it. I can appear anywhere on school grounds. Anyhow, even if you make it past the flames, there's just a whole lot of nothing on the other side.
Hey!
But if you feel like a change of scenery, be my guest. He's gone. How does he move so fast? Don't worry about him. I found something much more interesting. Interesting? How? Those machines over there. Go take a look at them. What these machines? What's so interesting about this? What are they even for? Seems they are a special model of fire extinguishers. Fire extinguishers?
Aha!
That's right. I put them here so you can use them to go exploring. You again? Would you mind telling Takumi what you told me? No sooner said than done. During your stay here, there may be times when you want to wander off school grounds and explore the surrounding area. That's where these fire extinguishers come in. Can I extinguish the flames? Aren't they supposed to be unextinguishable? With a little help from your Hemoanima, you can use this to temporarily put a hole in the wall and open a way forward. What? Wait a minute. You're saying we can actually put out the undying flames? There's nothing stopping us from using these and just getting out of here? Yeah, your pal Atsuki had the same idea, but there's nothing but ruins out there. Just ruins? You might find useful bits and pieces among the rubble, or maybe even some items you can still use in the old towns. That's if the invaders don't get you first. There's invaders out there? Of course! Of course! Oh, sure. The place is crawling with them. The walls of fire is there to keep them out, remember?
No.
Not only that, but you can't be revived if you die outside school grounds. It's a dangerous business, going out the door and into the unknown. And we are a long, long way from the Tokyo residential complex here. You'll never make it on foot, so don't even think about it. So much for that idea. Coming up with plans to escape will only lead to your despair. I'm sure you can find a much more productive use of your time, like focusing on protecting the school, and by extension, humanity, for the next 99 days, and ensuring a peaceful, harmonious future. You all want this story to have a happy ending, don't you? So beyond the wall is just ruins. At least we have hope now. If there is a way to get past the flames, there's a way for us to get home. Huh? Weren't you listening just now? Sirei said we are too far away from the complex to make it on our own. I wouldn't put that much stock in anything he says. In fact, isn't it a little bit suspicious he went out of his way to let us know that? There must be some way to get back to the TRC. He's just hiding it from us. Personally, I think the truth is the exact opposite of what he said. The best use of our time isn't following his orders, but finding a way home. I refuse to believe the future of humanity could possibly depend on us. We'll let out of this somehow. That's the idea I'm putting my faith in. Sounds like Ito determined to defy Sirei to the very end. To be honest, I can't say for sure that he's making the wrong choice. That's what makes this so hard. Well, it contains tips for exploring outside the school, but I don't have time to look at it right now. I mean, I don't think we can leave so easily, my dude. Check 2F training room. Is there people around? Nope. Let's just go like this. This room. It said training room on the door, but it looks more like a video game arcade. How are we supposed to train in here? All these machines just look like arcade games to me. Remarkable, sir. You picked out the best one in the house. You clearly have an impeccable taste. Stop jumping out at me like that. This is the Academy's state-of-the-art VR training machine. I mean, using your actual muscles and getting all sweaty is just so last century, am I right? That's why we developed these machines, to help you hone your skills using just your neural impulses and your our cutting-edge technology. I don't get it. Will playing a game really help us?
Aha!
Your Hemoanima gets stronger the more you use it. Just like your muscles, your brain, and your balloony poony. You should consider dropping by to training and when you are off duty. You can even get some friends together for a group session.
Okay.
Just keep it in your pants when there's ladies present, okay?
Hey!
What's in my pants is none of your business, you little pervert. VR training, I've got to admit, I am kinda curious about it. Maybe I'll give it a try later. So this is probably like a test run for the trials. Upgrade class weapon. Looks like something from an old video game arcade. Are we supposed to train with this? Manual. Probably not going to let me do anything. Takemaru Yakuchiji. Hey Takumi. Hey Takumi. You've been checking out this place too, right? Yeah, a little. The more I see of it, the less I like it. Who was in charge of the decor here? That's what you're worried about? There ain't a shred of glass in the whole damn school. Where's the leopard print sofas? The hot pink drapes? The guided doorknobs? Is that so much to ask? What? Is that his idea of class? That's what I was thinking, like... no. What? You're so weird. Takemaru, you're so weird. Third F Infirmary. What are you doing? Oh man, I gotta get out of here. I can't wait 100 days. What's work gonna say about this? I can't just take 100 days off out of nowhere. They will fire me for sure.
Huh?
Oh, you have a job? What? Is that so hard to believe? You say I'm support and probably too stupid to find work? Don't look down on me, Mr. Mr. Richardson. If you're gonna look down on me, do it by giving me money. You don't have to get offended at everything I say. Besides, my family is not even all that rich. Not all that rich, he says. Listen, you can call yourself comfortable or middle class or whatever. It won't change the fact that we live in totally different worlds. If I don't work, I don't get paid. And if I don't get paid, there's kids back home who go hungry. You support your family all on your own? What? You feeling sorry for me now?
Huh?
Good, you should. My regular life was hard enough already. Bringing me here on top of that is overkill. It's unfair, right? You think so too, don't you? Can't you talk to Sirei and get him to send me home? There's gotta be exemptions for special family circumstances. This is a law. I should be sent home right now. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. I know, but it was worth a try, right? But even if I'm stuck here, I'm not hiding anyone. I ain't no battle maniac. I just want to get through this without getting hurt. Once Kaku gets going, he just keeps working himself up more and more. I should probably leave him to tire himself up. Tire himself out. Check third floor infirmary. Wait. Boys bathroom. I feel like someone's controlling me. Why else would I be so interested in a bathroom window? Is there something here? It's just a window, right? A window for ventilation. It's shut right now. A window for ventilation. It's shut right now. I wanna know more about the window. There's nothing else. Okay. War room. Hey, Hey there, Sumino. How's your exploration of the campus going? If you need help or advice with anything, feel free to let me know. Don't think of me as your commanding officer, think of me as your friend. A friend who commands, respects, and dictates your every move. But in a funny way. He got some nerve acting friendly after forcing us into this messed up situation. Whose side is he on anyway? Does he care about saving humanity like he says? Or does he have some kind of ulterior motive?
Aha!
Ha! Did you come here for another explanation of what your Hemoanima can do? This power is the key to your success and survival here at the Academy. It's worth your while to have a firm grasp on the basics. Yes. Ahem! The hematomorphic infusion blades you all carry, infusers, for short, are the pinnacle of human achievement and ingenuity. When you stab it into your heart, a miraculous power flows into your body, transforming your regular old blood into superhuman Hemoanima. By harnessing that power and shaping it into physical form, you all gain access to your class armor and class weapons. A class weapon is a manifestation of your own innate strengths. Each one is just as unique as you are. Activating your Hemoanima for the first time should also have unlocked your specialist skills. These are additional abilities with a wide array of applications. Learning to use them strategically will make you better fighters than ever. Okay, but how does it do all that? What's the actual process behind it? Don't get too hung up on the details. Surrender to the heat of the battle. Yell, I am thou. I am thou. Thou art I. Or or something, and just go with it.
Yeah.
And that's the end of my totally comprehensive explanation. If there's anything else you don't understand, you should probably resign yourself to remaining ignorant. But if this power is so miraculous or whatever, why give it to regular students like us? Why were we chosen? All will be made clear when you convince the whole group to join the fight, but not before. Guess I should have seen that coming.
Aha!
One more thing. While you're here, want me to go over the Undying Flames again? That wall of fire outside protects the school from a lot of threats, but it will hurt you just as bad if you get too close. True to their name, the Undying Flames never run out of fuel, and can't be smothered or extinguished or by ordinary means. However, the flames only affect the organic matter. They don't damage the surrounding buildings, rocks, or anything like that. If you and your friends were to drive a car through it, it will be only the people on the inside that will be burned to a crisp. They ignore regular physics and run on their own rules. Are they magic or something? The Undying Flame barrier has a radius of a little over half a mile, with the academy at the very center. The wall itself is 30 feet thick, blocking out even the most powerful of invaders. Or at least, that was the case. More recently, the enemy has developed a special means of getting through. Lucky for us, the flames can sense them coming and automatically shift the school into defense mode when they do. At the same time, an alarm is set off to let all of you know it's time for battle. So when the alarm goes off, the enemy is already underway. The invaders always leave a day or two between attacks. It's my guess that their means of getting through the flames takes time to prepare or recharge. We haven't been able to deduce any consistent patterns though. you should assume the next attack could come at any time.
Ah!
One more thing. The wall only goes so high, but there is no danger of anything flying in. If the flames sense something trying to pass over them, they will form a fiery hand and drag the intruder right back down again.
Aha!
The undying flames act with a will of their own to keep this school safe. Add that to your list of things to be grateful for. I could ask any number of questions right now, but I doubt I would get any answers. I've got no choice but to accept that this is the way things are now.
Ah!
Technically, the fiery hands has a limited range too, so coming in from space might be possible.
Hey!
Well, so long as the enemy doesn't think of that, we should be fine. Alright, you've made it clear how well defended this place is. What I really want to know is, what's it all for? What are we protecting here? I told you before, didn't I? You will learn that once you get the non-fighters to start fighting. Computer. What's with this machine here? It looks important. That controls the school's central defense system. It's the core of the entire Last Defense Academy experience.
Yeah.
Without this, there's no early warning system, no defensive barrier, no automatic battle prep, no nothing.
Oh.
It controls battle functions like defense mode and radar, along with more everyday stuff like electricity and water supply. It's a true supercomputer that keeps all aspects of this school up and running without any need for extra engineers or maintenance staff.
Huh?
It's all completely automatic? Huh. Whoa, I can tell you're thinking. Is it all automatic? What do we need Sirei for? But my role here is just as important as the computers. No one can motivate you or affect your moral like I can. He's right about that, but not in the way he thinks. What a silly goober. Is there anything else here? I think not. There was one more room here, infirmary. Oh, there's another room here too. Let's go here. This must be the infirmary. But when I think infirmary, this definitely isn't the kind of room that comes to mind. This is where they put us when we die, I guess. Ah, yeah, those are the drones. Why are there machine guns over there? Although, I guess that could apply to any part of the school. What do you want to say, girl? Tsubasa Kawana. I know you've already made your thoughts on this clear, but are you sure you don't want to fight alongside the rest of us? Huh? No, absolutely not. Just thinking about it makes me feel like I'm going. What's wrong? Let's just say I'm just not suited for combat, like on a physiological level. Sorry. Physiological? What's she even talking about? Does this have something to do with how she always starts looking queasy when we talk about fighting? This machine. It's the same flying coffin that rescued Darumi from the battlefield. Sirei called it a corpus recovery something. When a member of the Special Defense Unit dies in action, the corpse recovery drone will automatically retrieve their body. That's what the manual says anyway. It's all completely automatic, huh? Seems like it. When the school defense system detects one of us has died. Wow, it sounds so creepy saying that out loud. Anyway, when that happens, it launches a drone to find the body and bring it back to the infirmary. And once it gets here, you see that big machine over there? According to this, it's called the Revival-matic. The Revival-matic patty. It's got that in all of us, right down to our genetic code. It cross-references those records to figure out who is in the pod. From there, it uses some kind of ultra-complicated process to reconstruct the body back to its original state, and then we're alive again, just like that. Why does it have to verify who's the victim in first? Though, maybe so our enemies can't use the machine if it falls into their hands? Tsubasa really gets the chance to show her serious side when machines are involved. This sure is amazing tech. I still can't figure out the exact mechanism it uses to instill life back into the body. I'm not satisfied writing it off as just the Hemoanima did it. That makes it sound more like magic than real technology. While we're on the subject, Hemoanima itself is pretty fishy. It's supposed to infuse our blood with a special power, right? How does it do that exactly? Maybe we will find out more about it someday. Not unless me and the other holdouts agree to fight too. Sorry, but there's no way that's happening. I'm pretty sure it will happen. At some point. Seriously, who was in charge of picking the members of this unit? What kind of criteria did they use to fix anonymous? Something tells me the only way to find out is to keep fighting. We just keep going in circles here. There's an instruction manual here. It describes how the corpse recovery drones and revivomatic work. It says the drones are only effective on the school grounds. They can't recover bodies outside of the wall of fire. Also, the bodies still have to be fresh, in other words, recently dead, for the revivomatic to work on them. From the sound of it, if someone died outside the wall, by the time we got them back, it would be too late. Okay. Let's check the defense room. What in the... A surprisingly stately door stood in the middle of an otherwise nonsensical looking space, defiantly blocking the way forward. The hallways and classrooms of this school were all pretty strange, but this put them all to shame. It wasn't so much the door itself that was out of place, but what was in front of it. Hiruko Chisuhara. Hiruko. Defense room. This door looks pretty solid. More importantly, that we're fire in front of it. They are undying flames. I thought so, but why are they here inside the school? To stop anyone from opening this door, I imagine. If it's that important then. Yes, whatever's behind this door is the thing we're fighting to protect from the invaders. Right behind this door is something that could wipe out humanity in their own hands. I wonder what it is. Do you think we will ever find out? We could try breaking down the door ourselves. That may prove difficult. Convincing the others to join the fight to Sirei will tell us the truth. Seems like a more efficient choice to me. I don't think convincing them will be that easy. This kind of decision is something they have to come to on their own. You're still thinking like a civilian. You need to toughen up, or we will end up in the worst possible scenario.
Huh?
What do you mean? Let's just say it's in everyone's best interest to get the others on the battlefield with the rest of us. By any means necessary. Her look. It sounds like she has something in mind already. She wouldn't force them to fight against their will, would she? We may not have known each other for very long, but I can definitely imagine Hiruko taking a hardline approach with anyone who refuses to do as she says. There's something about her that radiates authority, leaving no room for argument. Bing bong. Ah, that was the last
Hey
one.
there, troops! how's your tour of the campus going? I figure it's about time you met back up and compared notes. Report to the cafeteria immediately!
I'm not too crazy about dropping everything to do what he says, but I've pretty much finished looking around anyway. Guess I'll head back to the cafeteria. So what? What did you think? Have you fallen in love with the place yet? Is it so wonderful that you want to spend the rest of your lives here? There's no way we will feel that good about it. Well, you don't like it. Just tough it out. 100 days isn't all that long. And there's more important things at stake than your personal comfort. Why even ask us if you're ultimately going to discount our opinions? You may have noticed some features that aren't available yet, but don't worry. It's all part of my roadmap or of staggered content releases. I'll reveal more of the school facilities little by little, so you will always have something new to look forward to and motivate your going forward. Be more specific. Exactly how do you intend for us to spend our time here when we are not fighting? Alright, we are a school after all. You're probably expecting some kind of curriculum and proper schedule. But we don't have one here. Surprise! What? No schedule? Unless there's an invader attack like the one yesterday, you are free to spend your time however you see fit. So we don't gotta go to classes or nothing? Shit, man! You should have led with that. Don't tell me you're actually buying into this. It's not like we can leave. Might as well make the most of it while we're here. I think it's too early to say there's no way for us to leave. If you wanna find a way out so bad, do it yourself. You're just gonna chicken out and run from the fight anyway, right? Now, settle down. I hate to see friends fighting. It's your fault, we are all so on edge. You all been raised in different environments and had different life experiences. So naturally, you all have your own values, your own priorities. Each one of you is as unique as a snowflake. And that's okay, we are all about diversity here. A little difference of an opinion now and then is inevitable. Again, your fault that we even need to have this discussion. Having said that, no matter what you're feeling on the matter, all of you are going to have to fight the invaders sooner or later. Sorry if I sound like a broken record, but this war will decide the fate of humanity itself. Abstaining is not an option. While this school stands, there is still every chance of a bright future. But if the school falls, so does mankind. The invaders will massacre every last one of you. And then, they'll move on to your loved ones. Each one of you has something in your life worth fighting for. It only makes sense for you to work together to keep all of them safe. I can't have you wasting time or energy on pesky moral dilemmas. Clear your minds and banish all doubt from your hearts. As humanity's last line of defense against the invaders, you are about to become the very embodiment of hope. Hope? You've got to be kidding me. This is more like despair. Despair. Hope and despair. We are getting so many Danganronpa references in this episode. Oh. You are forcing us to participate in this war without telling us the whole story behind it. Who knows what else you might be keeping from us? Saving humanity sounds like a worthy cause. But we have no guarantee that's really what we are doing. As for the thing we're supposed to protect, if it even exists, how do we know it's not actually something even more dangerous than the invaders? Not to mention, The Hemoanima. We know next to nothing about this weird power, and you want us to pump our bodies full of it?
Hey.
Until I get some answers, I not believe in a single word that comes out of your mouth. We've been over this before, man. He said he will only tell us if you guys agree to fight. And I can't agree to fight until I hear the whole truth. We are going around in circles so much it's making me dizzy. Yeah, we won't make any progress like this. Alright, if it's the truth you want, that's what you will get. I'll tell you everything. Oh, you're going to tell us? Just like that?
No.
I never meant to keep the truth from you for all that long. Is he going to troll us again? I was just using it as a bargaining chip to motivate you, but it looks like that plan backfired. At this point, I can only salvage your trust in me by giving you the full story. And you will really tell us the truth? The whole truth? And nothing but the truth, or at least I would like to, but this isn't the kind of decision I can make on my own.
Yeah.
What say we table this discussion until tomorrow? So there are more people involved in this than just you. We will expect you to tell us about them too.
Yeah.
I'm sure you will. I'll run it past the higher-ups. If I tell them this is the best way to get you to fight, they will probably go for it. Although, I might have to talk to you individually instead of telling everyone all at once. Well, I'll do whatever I can. Come find me in the war room tomorrow morning, and I'll let you know what the brass says.
Hey.
I've got a lot to do, so I'll call it a day here. See you tomorrow, bright and early. The voice for Siri, or at least my voice for him, is evolving into a British accent. Oh my god. With a cherry wave of his stubby little arm, Siri disappeared. Huh. Never thought getting the truth out of him would be this easy. But he still has to discuss it with the people in charge, right? He could come back tomorrow and say they shut the idea down. I hope you are all ready. If we learn the truth tomorrow, you will have no more excuses to stay on the sidelines. No excuses? We will see what happens after we hear what Siri has to say. We can all talk it out and decide on the best course of action then. Yeah, you're right. We can't decide on anything until we know what's really going on. You're hilarious, Mr. Marco. You clearly have no intention of fighting no matter what happens tomorrow. Shut up! I bet you don't either. With nothing more to discuss, we left the cafeteria and head back to our rooms. Tomorrow morning, Siri will tell us the whole truth. I can't even imagine what it might be. Who gathered us all here? What are we fighting for? I can only hope everything will make sense once we know that. Ding dong, bing bong. Go to sleep.
Howdy, soldiers. It's time to hit the hay. You never know when the invaders might attack, so rest up while you still can. Well then, good night.
So there's a nighttime announcement too, just like the morning one. I thought it would be a much longer road to learning the truth, but hopefully by the time tomorrow we'll know everything we need to know. It probably won't be the end of our problems, but it will be a step forward. At any rate, there's no use worrying about it anymore today. I'll discuss it with the others once we heard from Siri. For now, the only thing I can do is wait for tomorrow to come. With nothing else to do, I decided to call it a day. I got into bed and was soon fast asleep. Karua Kashimiya. Karua! What's up, girl? Oh, it's a memory.
Come on. Don't cry. If you keep crying like that, your daddy will get sad too, and he won't be able to go to heaven.
We were only in kindergarten back then. Karua's dad had just died. He and Karua were driving over to her mom's research lab when it happened. The car crash that changed her life. A security alert had sounded, and suddenly people were scrambling around trying to get to the nearest shelter. Karua's dad swerved to avoid someone and, well, the car was almost entirely destroyed. Her dad leaned over from the driver's seat to shield her from the impact right at the last second. By some miracle, he made it in time, and Karua survived. But her father wasn't so lucky. After the funeral, Karua was inconsolable. She just sat there and cried. There was nothing I could do. My daddy's gone.
My daddy's gone. I'll never see him again.
Aww.
Karua? Don't cry anymore, okay? I know your daddy's gone, but I'll be your daddy from now on, so you don't have to be sad.
That's not the best way to say that.
You're too little, Taki. You can't be a daddy.
Maybe, but I'm just glad you're okay, Karua. That your daddy protected you.
But I'm not okay. I got this big cut right across my tummy.
Ow.
The doctors say it's gonna leave a scar. It'll never go away. Not even when I'm a grown-up. I bet no one will want to marry a girl with a big ugly scar like this.
I'm pretty sure that's not a problem.
Then, when we grow up, I'll marry you. By then, I won't be too little anymore.
And you wonder why she's in your home every day?
Huh?
I'll marry you someday, Karua. Then you'll never have to be alone. I'll always be there to protect you.
Oh.
You'll protect me?
Yeah. Now that your daddy's gone, I'll keep you safe instead. So please, don't cry. Whatever happens, I'll protect you, Karua. No matter what. I promise.
Taki. Thank you. I think I'm going to be all right now. You promised. So you gotta do it. Okay?
Oh. That's right. I made a promise. A promise to protect Karua no matter what. I'm not about to break that promise. To keep Karua safe, I have to keep fighting. And I'll fight. I have to fight. 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 Fight, 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 fight. War. I jolted to right in bed, throwing off the covers in panic. My whole body was drenched in sweat, and my heart was racing, like I was just woken up from a nightmare. No, not a nightmare, a memory, a childhood memory of Karua and me. I would totally forgotten about that time. Why did I dream about it all of a sudden? I wonder what Karua's doing right now. She probably hasn't stopped worrying ever since I disappeared. That would be just like her. Come to think of it, what does everyone back in the residential complex think happened to me? Are they treating me as a missing person, or did they assume I died in that monster attack? I will have to ask Sirei about that too.
Huh?
Sheesh. I'm wide awake now. I'm so sweaty. It's not even close to morning yet. Maybe I'll step outside for some fresh air.